Yo, what's going on, everybody? I just wanted to do this little quick video to show you all of my recent imports. So all of these plants that you're seeing right here, I imported in the month of February this month. These two in the front, I received these February 16th, and they came from Asia. It's a big difference between the imports that come from Asia and the ones that come from Ecuador. If you look at this Scindapsus and this Cercestes mirabilis, take a look at the roots. These two plants came out of a semi-hydro setup, and I think that is the reason why they are acclimating just fine. The Scindapsus here, it's already putting out new growth, and it's plump, it's bouncy, putting out the new growth. I have no problems with it. So what I did was I set both of these bare root in water for 2 days, and then I just potted it up in soil, and it's doing just fine. Came all the way from Indonesia. So with the Cercestes mirabilis, it's a little bit shiny because I did spray some neem oil on it. It didn't have any pests. I just did that for protection. But yeah, this plant, look how bouncy it is. It's taking up water. The roots are, acclimating to soil. I don't really see any roots yet, but I know that they're fine because that plant actually moves around towards the light and all of that. So it's just fine. But I'm telling you now, the plants that come from Asia, they do a lot better than the ones from Ecuador. Um, but Anthuriums, period, they just ship well and they acclimate well in my recent experience. This Recavum, y'all remember a couple videos back when I unboxed this one. This one came from Ecuador, so it was officially an import. It had a long chunk, and I cut that in half, and I stuck the plant in water for a couple days and then potted it up. And look at it, it's doing just fine. It's plumped up. The new growth is starting to get a little bigger. If you look at that growth point. So these anthuriums, they normally have like a large chunk and they store a lot of energy in there, and that's what preserves the plant while you are acclimating it. I know some of these regales and sometimes even the warrock, they can be problematic when rehabbing, but overall anthuriums, they can handle the shipment and the acclimation process. So look at the Anthurium Esmeralda is doing just fine. I'm pointing to all the Anthuriums right now. The Anthurium Cyranoid Velvet is doing just fine as well. So during the acclimation process, I gotta let y'all know, when the plant comes out of soil, they have to clean all of that soil off. They have to do some type of heat treatment, and they do like a insecticidal sterilization of the roots just so that it can pass the phytosanitary certificate and be able to be imported here. So that is the reason why it doesn't matter if you have a lot of roots on your plant. The roots will not be active because they just went through that harsh sanitation. Philodendron, you already know their roots are prone to break and they're prone to rot, so they just don't do as well. And you're going to be able to see that in this video. This Philodendron luxurians, all bad. If y'all remember, I got this 3 days ago and it had a lot of roots on it, but none of those roots were active because they couldn't hold on to these two leaves. So now the plant is trying to take all the energy away from these two leaves, and it's probably going to eventually push out that new growth point. This leaf right here was already yellowing, and I have it propped up on a stick because what I want to do is keep the leaves facing up so they can photosynthesize and put out some new roots so this plant can get going. This Philodendron melanochrysum, it's okay. It hasn't plumped up. It's only been, 3 or 4 days. But it also has not yellowed and dropped leaves just yet. So I had both of these in water for a couple days, and then They started to droop, so I propped them up with sticks so that they can stay upright and photosynthesize. And that's where we're at with it. Oh, nah. So the philodendron El Choco Red, this plant is floppy. It doesn't look bad right now because I tied it to a stick. That was the new leaf right there. It's just completely wilted. So I tied it to this stick so that the stems can stay upright and have that support while it photosynthesizes so it can work on some new roots. This one was also in water for a couple days, and then I just decided to go ahead and pot it up. And I'm gonna leave this. I'm gonna leave them alone. It has the support from that, you know, the stake. I tied it to the stake, and that's just the best I can do for it. So these are my parameters right here. It's about what, 82 degrees, 70%. And it's just gonna have to get down with what I got going on. I'm not about to do anything special for these plants. They're not about to go in any type of prop box or anything. Um, this ain't my first rodeo, so I'm sure that it'll be okay. So I'm showing you all the Anthurium warwickwianum esmeralda. This plant is doing just fine. Look, ain't no yellowing, ain't no spots, ain't nothing going on. Sat it in water for a couple days, and I put it right in my Anthurium soil mix, which is, coco's coir, sphagnum moss, a little bit of worm casting, perlite, and a lot of other chunky shit. All right, now this is the Anthurium cyranoid velvet. This one is doing fine too. It had a lot of leaves. I think the two lower leaves I cut those off before I potted it up. But I'm pretty confident about these Anthuriums because they ship well. They have a stump where they can pull energy from, and they'll be able to hold out until the roots reactivate. Because, like I said, the roots have gone through like a harsh sterilization process. So if you know what's going on with the plant, like, I have first hand knowledge about what they go through, what the process that they go through when they are um, being sent here by the company. All right, so enough talk about the rehabs. Let me show y'all something else. I recently bought this Machiavelli plant. I'm gonna put the name of it because I can't remember the name, but the mail lady, she threw the package over the fence into my backyard because I asked her to do so. And my dog had got to the package. He was just ripping the cardboard away. And this little starter plant that I told y'all about in the past video, um, the the leaf got damaged because my dog was just throwing that box into the water, into his little water bowl and everything else. But yeah, I got it, and it's looking pretty good. As you can see, it had the purple undersides and all. Yep. I'll give y'all more information on this plant. I don't even know what it is, but that new growth point is shot, so we'll see what happens. Next, we got my Florida Beauty. That's the baby right there, and that's a new leaf, front and center. The biggest leaf that's new, and it also has a growth point. But that one is growing and it's doing well. So I just wanted to show y'all some things that are on the brighter side. And this plant right here, this one brightened up my day. Yesterday, I woke up to this fiery ass leaf right here. So, this is a propagation from the past, and it was just throwing out all these, green leaves, and then, now I'm getting this peach orange color new growth. You see the variegation all in the stem, and it's looking like the leaf right after this one is going to be pretty variegated as well, hopefully. But this is a cool plant because in the past the mother plant had like red, orange, yellow, uh, pink, peach, all kind of colors came out of the mother plant for this. So I'm hoping to bring that back. You know what? Listen, it's about 9 p.m. at night. Look at the temperature and the humidity that's going on. I can no longer film because it's starting to get very uncomfortable with all of this heat and humidity this late. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave this room. All right, as y'all can see, it was about what 82 degrees and 70% humidity in that plant room. So I'm sweating and I'm just trying to lay here and dry off because I just got off work. I'm tired, but I just needed to give y'all that update on them plants before anything changes, and I won't be able to show you all what was going on. So that was the whole reason for me doing this just impromptu. But yeah, I think everything will be okay. Some of those philodendrons are going downhill as far as losing leaves, but as soon as the roots get back activated, they'll be okay, and I'll be able to give a more positive update. But thank y'all for tuning in, and I'm out.